do.
I told y'all. Dad Mike told you time and time again.
Do. Yo, what's going on, people? What's going on, people? It's the beginning of the week, which means the originators is coming to your screen.
Yeah.
K Styles, aka the return of the Silver Fox, is back with the Senator Mad Mike Sports.
Oh Lord, you brought out the Silver Fox, so I got to bring out the Senator.
The Silver Fox is back. It's just like it's basically Pie May, but it's a slicker ass name. In certain kung fu movies, the Silver Fox is Pie May, by the way. Just let those folks know. But we got the originators coming to you this Monday, and we have a very, very open show today. So, like I said, it's going to be a variety of topics. But before I say that, with Mr. Hank Williams Jr. on the right side of the screen.
Hey, good looking. What's the guy cooking?
You. If I had to lose a bow, if I had to touch feeling, I would lose my soul the way I do. If I had to think, all I have to do is the results are always perfect, but that's old news. Would you like to hear my voice sprinkle with emotion?
You're about to sing the whole verse, ain't you?
Standing at your birth, I can't see the end of me. My whole expanse, I cannot see. Formulate infinity. Store deep inside me. I just want to do that verse right quick. I mean, you saw Hank Williams this morning, you son bitch. Hey, I wanted to see Nirvana. God damn it! Let me do that.
I'll take credit for this one.
I wanted to sing a Nirvana verse. How about that?
Hey man, hey, how you doing?
Oh man, let's give a shout out to the people that's in here right now, man. As you already know, man, we got Silk in the building, we got Dex Diggs, we got Asia in the building, Pat Norris, Sherman Wood, we got Ski P, Ghost Peppers, Emerald Knight, we got Bucho, we got Madam Howell in the building, we got Diamond. We got Diamond in here, D. Coleman, Maurice Barton. We got Miss Sugar. I don't know if I want to make a joke about Sugar from next Friday or not, but
I know what you're going.
We ain't gonna do that. Sugar will freak, though. I ain't gonna tell you no lie.
Yeah.
Daniel Berry Sports Highlight, and we got Screwball. Well, you already caught the joke. Drip LaFleur, what's going on, man? So, hey, Mike, hey, like you said, man, what do we got in store for the people today? Because from what I've seen, what today is going to be, it's not really too much to talk about. I mean, we can kind of uh expand on the potential direction for the Atlanta Falcons, as well as talk about some of the NFL playoff um storylines and stuff that happened after this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
How you want to do this, man?
They got me standing on pins now. You know that song is? You know that song.
Oh
You know that
yeah. That's that yeah, nigga. Hey, that's my shit right there, boy.
song.
Well, we can't turn this into a karaoke show. We do that. We do that, boy. We get the Unholy Alliance karaoke show, boy. Nah, they already
that won't
they
be interesting, boy.
they already just hate us for existing. But we willing to do some dumb shit like that, boy. They gonna despise us even more. But
Oh yeah.
But people who in the chat, man, how y'all doing this evening? Like you said, if you're new to the channels, make sure you put in the channel where you're representing from, where you're from. We're gonna have a good conversation today, man. So so Mike, man, hey, how you want to kick this thing off? Let me kick this thing off. You want to start off with Matt Ryan, or do you want to get the people to give us some thoughts on the NFL playoffs this weekend?
We can start with that. I mean, we can start with the NFL playoffs. I do know the WNBA and their leaders, they do not want to give up power. They don't want to give up money. They don't want to give up any of those things. So they're having a showdown there with the WNBA, trying to get the players over there a better deal, and they have agreed to kind of halt free agency for the WNBA. So yeah, that's interesting in its own right. But we know how them collective bargaining agreements. When you got this, everybody trying to give, but like those ladies deserve a no deal, and we got a whole bunch of old heads, as most people say, some like to say, that don't want to give up power because they want all the money, majority of the money, a good 70-80% of the money going to them, and other certain demographic of people that we will not talk about because I still want to.
I know you don't want to talk about them heathens.
Yeah, them heathens. Okay, them Sodoms and Gomorrahs. We'll keep them. We'll keep them. We'll keep them where they at. But it's like I said, me. I love the WNBA because for me, I get a good idea of what basketball used to be. So I love it.
Okay, that ain't bad.
Questions in there. Y'all got some questions in there. Don't hesitate. This is a Q&A. We talk about the NFL. We can talk about what's going on in college too. If you got some of that.
Exactly. But as far as the college side of things, Mike, I kind of know. So it seems like the college football championship is already set between two unlikely ass teams that I would have expected to be in there. I.e., Mr. Built the ass Miami Hurricanes versus the Indiana Hoosiers. Who would have thought we would live to see a playoff championship game dealing with these two?
Yeah, I would have never thought. I would have never thought, like, going into this year with Texas, Ohio State, Georgia at the helm. Like, I would have never thought I probably would have thought Georgia Tech had a better chance than Indiana and Miami. I ain't even gonna lie to you. There's no in hell I would have thought they were gonna be.
But you hear the new thing that everybody's kind of bitching about Indiana about.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that the fact that the majority of their team is made up of niggas that is 22 to 25 years old.
You know what? That's considered old as hell.
Nah, that is old as hell. I ain't gonna tell you no
That's
lie.
old as hell. It's considered old as hell in college. So that's kind of interesting that they even saying that.
But the thing about it is, it's made up of majority guys who wasn't worth shit on the teams they was before with.
Mm-hmm. Which is interesting.
And then, like you said, you get the Carson Beck redemption story right now, and I know Georgia fans is probably looking at this shit throwing up right now.
I love it. I ain't gonna lie. I love it. But I'm kind of a little bit sadistic down to that.
Oh wow.
I like seeing Georgia fans suffer. Even though I'm a Georgia fan myself, I'm a Georgia Tech fan. Or I'm
Yeah.
in the minority. I'm in the minority on its own. You're not supposed to like Georgia Tech if you're a Georgia fan. So I'm in the minority with that. In case I was in the extreme minority. Tell her why.
Boy, nigga, I'm one of six, nigga. That ain't no minority. I'm one of six. I know Auntie Pam. I know Louie.
Yeah.
I know them the main two ones I know.
My dad, my uncle actually had before it was ranked the number one fullback in the county back in the 70s, where he played football before he had his accident, and
Okay.
he was actually gifted. He was being highly recruited by Georgia Tech. He was gonna go to Georgia Tech. He still got the sticker. He
Okay.
put it in his Cadillac, his car, every everywhere he went, he had that. So he's a proud Tech fan himself. My uncle.
Okay. Ain't nothing wrong, so that makes seven.
Mhm.
Nigga, we the avant-garde sports fans in the city. We avant-garde in this bitch. But yeah, so what you think about that matchup, man, Miami and Indiana? Cause like I said, bro, it's unexpected. Both teams have been playing well in these playoffs. So like I said, that definitely shouts out to both of them. Um but my question to you is the idea of what these NILs have done for college football, has it been a blessing or has it been more of a curse? Because what it sounds like, because like I said, it's like ever since these NILs have become a prevalent thing in college football, it seems like the parity of college football has gotten more diverse. So what you think about that?
I mean, I like. I guess is the way I see it now. It's like the lesser of two evils. Like there are
Mm.
two evils. There's evil of the NIL deal when players are just going to focus on money and people going kind of. I mean, we saw players kind of try to game the system, so to speak. They just go from team to team
Mm-hmm.
trying to get more money. We've seen that,
Okay.
and we've seen the other side of it for that has last for hundreds of years or so with the college
Okay.
elite, where they just give a lot of these players and schools hundreds of millions of dollars, and the players pretty much get a couple $1,000 here, and most of it
Right,
had to
right, right.
go to college and all that type of stuff, college tuition and college. So they don't really get it. But like now, So for me, I think it's a good thing. Like you said, I really think it's a good thing. There's gonna be some good and a bad to everything, but I think this is more good than anything because now athletes don't have to wait till they're 35, to get a professional check. They getting a
Right,
professional check at 17, 18, 19, 20 now.
right. Nah,
So
nah,
I
nah. That's about. Nah, nah. That sounds about right there. So, like you said, ain't no tripping on that. I mean, we are at a point right now where it's pretty much college players are just gonna be looking for the bag, and it's been kind of a long time coming for these guys. So, hey, I ain't tripping on that. But we got a
Mhm.
couple questions that's in here already. We got a couple. We got a lot more questions in here than I
A lot
thought
of
we was gonna get.
questions.
But
Yeah.
that's good though. That's good though. So we gotta build on these. So Miss Sugar got the first question of the show. She said, "Who do y'all want as coach, GM, and what do you think about Michael Penix?"
You want to lead off that one? Or you want?
Yeah. I'll lead off at it. Who do I want as coach? Uh, Me personally, I really don't have a thought on that as far as the coach and the GM right now because I'm more focused on what the GM position is going to be. Only one, no, like I said, the main name that I keep hearing is Ian Cunningham, who actually has a relationship with Matt Ryan and Ryan Poole. So I wouldn't be
Mhm.
surprised on that. Which also has a relationship with John Harbaugh. So
Mhm.
that all could play into account there. And what
Yes.
do I think about Michael Penix? I think Michael Penix hasn't even reached his full potential yet.
Mhm.
I think it's unfair on him that the city of Atlanta has already turned on him. I think it's bullshit. Um, like you said, I think that by trying to force Michael Penix to trying to force Michael Penix to win games early in his career instead of letting him gradually build up on that. And one of the reasons why Raheem and Terry got fired was because if you looked at how this past season played out, we didn't really see the full potential of the Atlanta Falcons play calling until they was officially eliminated from the playoffs, and what I mean by that is being more so in the play action, mixing up the formations, running the crossing routes with Kyle Pitts, and being able to go at all three levels from side to side on the field. It was
Mhm.
like they was trying to call plays to force him to be on one side and was scared to throw the middle. Now,
Yeah.
if you ask the question, well, they did that because Michael Penix cannot play under center. My question to y'all would be is if Michael Penix had under center questions coming into this team as a rookie, what the fuck was the quarterback coach doing?
Mhm.
That's the number one question that you have to ask when it comes about Penix and this quote unquote K play center. What the hell the quarterback coach doing, aka DJ Williams? What was Zach Robinson doing, who was a former quarterback's assistant coach?
Yeah.
TJ Yates, who was a quarterback coach. Did y'all
What?
really work on him to help his deficiencies, or did you not give a fuck? That's all I got on that, man. Mike, what I about to say? I'll let you get this next question here. We got another question. We got Derek Hughes here. I'll let you catch this one. He said, "How do y'all feel about AJ Brown coming here?"
Hell no! To the no, no, no! Hell to the no! Hell no! To the no, no, no! Hell no!
Why hell no?
Nah, bro, I'm good on that. Bro, if y'all can see my head, my damn eyes pop out of my head, hell no. Fuck no. Okay? We done already had a diva at wide receiver. We still trying to recover from that to begin with. And Quinteros, okay? Quinteros, Julio, Lopez, Jones. Nah, I am good on that. All right. I don't need that again. Why would you want a wide receiver that reads books on the sideline?
He probably wasn't even reading the goddamn book. That motherfucker just put that book just to endorse somebody.
Yeah, that's all he's doing. He ain't reading that damn book.
He probably can't read.
That motherfucker ain't reading no damn book. The fuck? Why would I want that? Okay. Why would I want somebody who's not Julio but think he Julio on my sideline? No, if I can't have the real man, I don't want nothing. How the song go? If I can't have you, I don't want nothing at all. Some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like no, I don't want no imitation of Julio. No, hell no.
But it is very interesting that he didn't start acting like that until he got around Julio. That's the funny part.
Okay, so no, absolutely. Hell no.
All right.
I wish I could hit another ear with the hell no. I would. Hell no. Hell no.
Hell no. To the no. Hell to the no. Sports Talk says, so I want to know what y'all thought on the Harbaugh interview. Not surprised. Arthur Blank has already stated in the press conference last week that that's a guy who he's particularly fond of. Mm-hmm. As we already know, Harbaugh's he's been kind of picky and choosy about what he wants right now. And the fact that they've actually got an opportunity to do so, it sounds like that it's going to be a plussings for the Falcons in a Harbaugh decision if he wants to come down here. Now, the question that we're going to have to ask is at what price and where and what's going to be in it for him. Mm-hmm. But like you said, when you think about Harbaugh, really a lot of the negative press that comes behind Harbaugh is the fact that you got a lot of these Lamar Jackson stands. The negativity really just comes from the Lamar Jackson stands more so than the football fans. So to piss off the Lamar Jackson stands, I want John Harbaugh down here. Boy, I want him so bad. Because the one thing y'all don't know is in this Atlanta Falcon fan base, you have a lot of Lamar Jackson stands in this Falcon fan base, which is interesting because Lamar Jackson does not play for the Falcons, but these motherfuckers cheer for Lamar Jackson more than they do the Atlanta Falcons, which I don't know why. But if you bring in John Harbaugh, it's going to piss them off even more, which is why I would want him here.
But you know the funniest thing that'll be so hilarious is that see, Mr. Blank is just I think he's
an asshole. He's an asshole. Fuck that. He's an asshole.
He's a complete asshole because the first thing he said when he said, "Do you want Lamar Jackson here?" He was like, "No, I don't need that here because having him on that team, it would financially cripple our organization." So to Lamar.
Yeah, he said hell no. He said hell no to the revisionist Mike Vick experience. It pissed everybody off and it destroyed another nigga career.
Yes, it did.
The name Lamar Jackson literally destroyed damn near half of this team's goddamn credibility as football players.
Oh my God. But he got the opportunity to bring in the motherfucker that coach Lamar. That's diabolical, boy. Good God Almighty. That's a page out of Somebody's book ain't
That
gonna be good.
that motherfucker Lamar Jackson destroyed Desmond Ritter's whole livelihood without even talking to him. That was some shit right there.
Ooh-wee.
Boy, these motherfuckers in this sports media called Desmond Ritter the devil before he even took a snap that year, boy. They treated him like he was a Nazi or something like that.
Yes.
But got another question.
Like running quarterbacks.
Well, technically, every quarterback in the league right now can run. My thing is about it is the difference is: do you like quarterbacks that run for 1,000 yards, or do you like quarterbacks that run when they need to run?
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck about no 1,000-yard rushing quarterback.
Huh.
In Atlanta, we don't care about that. Pat Norris here says, should we get a wide receiver 2 or develop Blair, Dash, and Drummond? Depends on who the coach is.
Let's start with get rid of that $18 million piece of garbage that we have and Darnell Mooney. Let's get that son of a bitch up out of here first, okay? Then we're worried about everything. $18 million for that? Nah, I'm good, pimp. But it really depends on the coach that we get, and I'll go from there because I don't like to jump to conclusion because those guys, the Drummond, Nash, those guys may not fit a system. We don't know what the system is going to be. That's why, like I said, I like to wait and see. But assuming that it's offense, a Nash will probably fit better than a Drummond and a Blair. So, like I said, we just got to see.
And like you said, just solely just based off of that is, do you think that they will be able to trust those guys to take that next step?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just going to be all based on the coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's true that Zach Robinson is getting interviews for Tampa Bay, he may possibly be out of here. So that's another position that may possibly be open.
Yeah.
So you just got to figure out, okay, so who's coming here? What's the identity, and how we gonna get this shit done? And no, we ain't looking for Airbnb and Lewis Riddick. Y'all shut y'all asses up.
No, hell no,
hell no. Cause I seen that shit. I seen that shit circulating this week. No.
Nah, I don't want to bark down that tree no more. Nah.
Okay, Keyshawn said Nick Nash signed with the Commanders.
I mean, I'm happy. Shit, like I hope
that is what it is.
Shit.
Yeah. He probably get more of an opportunity. So, like you said, they may. But as far as wide receiver 2, if they go that route with wide receiver 2, I could definitely see it going in the draft for this wide receiver 2, possibly. Well, I ain't gonna say possibly wide receiver 1, but I would just say it's a definite wide receiver 2. I could see them in the draft. Like I said, until we kind of get the coaches and the coaches and the GMs in here, I'm not gonna really. I've got my idea on a particular guy as far as who they could draft. But I kind of want to save that. I want to save that for later right now because I want to wait to see what the coach and I want to see what the type of identity that they're going to bring in. So before I reveal that.
Mm-hmm.
Dribbler Fair said Zach Branch for wide receiver 2. Could be.
I mean, that's a possibility. Like I said, it really just depends.
Said Lenny Craig signed with the Jets. Yeah, so they rebuilding the fuck out of all this shit. So
everybody gone, bro. Everybody gone.
Everybody gone. So
y'all don't see what's happening before y'all. Like I said, everything is changing.
Mm-hmm. That's part of the game right there, bro. That's what happens. So, let me see. Okay, so Mucho asked here. So, what do y'all think happens with Kirk Cousins? Do we keep or bring in a new bridge until Penix is ready? What should we do with his situation?
Get that son bitch out of here. Again, we still gotta wait for the GM. We still gotta wait for the head coach. So I always say he shouldn't have never been on this team to begin with. But we had Lou Zaheem that did his best to try to uh, stage a coup, and
Stay, stay,
we
motherfucker staged a Galpin Tombs coup d'etat in this bitch. I'm like,
Mhm.
damn, bruh.
So it was
We,
obvious.
we, I'm like, bruh, we ain't staging no damn coups up in here.
Hmm.
That's some, that's some bullshit. But like I said, we have like I said, I want to kind of wait. Like I said, I kind of want to wait until to see what coaches and GMs come in here, so I can kind of get a better idea of what to
Yeah.
expect.
So we're not being forward. It's not that we don't know what will happen. The thing is, we don't know what's going to happen, and we don't like to jump to conclusions about guys going to stay here. That just keep your eye open for everything. It's a possibility that he could be here, depending on what happens with Penix and his because we already got Micah Parsons that's saying he's eyeing the first game of the year with his torn ACL. So it's possible that Michael Penix could be ready for week one. It's possible, especially with the new
Hmm.
technology with these injuries and things like these guys end up like these guys like I don't know how they do it, but technology or healing, like the healing process, it shortens for a few to about 5 to 6 months. They can get you ready. So
Hmm.
I'm not gonna say anything until we know exactly who's here.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I watch Starship Troopers all the weekend. Like I said, that's one of my favorite movies. But like I said, the way they got better said that is kind of like what they do now.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, good God Almighty.
Boy, that shit is that shit is on YouTube, but a movie for free on YouTube, y'all. That's like, boy, I've been watching that movie every day this weekend, boy. That's my shit. I guess because I was listening to the soundtrack of the movie, it made me want to watch the movie. So you know how that go. But yeah, pretty much with the restructure with Kirk Cousins, I kind of expect him to be gone this off season. I don't know. Uh, KK, what's happening? She said she
Hey,
feel like Zach. She feel like Zachariah Branch is a sleeper. I don't see people talk about him except dog fans.
we gotta
Uh,
keep that quiet. We gotta keep that quiet, Kiki. You can look. I don't need too much attention on him because
don't
last time that happened,
tell nobody.
don't tell nobody because last time I wanted somebody from Georgia at wide receiver,
his
the whole universe started talking about him. Okay,
his honky got drafted
my
by the
honky got taken away from me. Okay,
Chargers.
my honky McConky got taken away from us because everybody started talking about it. So Kiki, please be quiet. Don't talk about him. Just say the guy from Georgia. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. I wanted my honky so bad. I really did, and they talked him up so
Uh,
much on ESPN. And ESPN go to
But I know. Cause like I said, Bell from Louisville is pretty much the guy I got my eye on as far as wide receiver. But shh, don't tell nobody that.
nobody.
Like Mike
Look,
said,
I was
like Mike said, he said the last receiver that he wanted here
like,
was
nobody
Larry
was talking about
McConkey.
him in college, and then soon he get to the NFL, and then everybody on the damn NFL want to start talking about. Oh man, oh boy, I was so mad. I was so mad they were talking about him so much.
Yeah, yeah. It's a multitude of wide receivers that
It's a
I
lot
was
of them
hoping to
like
be
that.
down here too. But I ain't gonna name them because all them niggas stay hurt right now. So I don't. I'm kind of embarrassed to say that. Um, I see a couple people talk about Jalen Grathos and Brazel.
Hmm.
Mm,
I haven't seen much of Jalen Greer, so I'm not even gonna get on that. I heard about him, but I haven't seen it.
yeah, like I said, Bell from Louisville is kind of like the main guy that I've been kind of keeping my eye on.
Hmm.
But based on that wide receiver question, if they go wide receiver in this draft, if how soon do you well, since we ain't got a first round pick, so we know the soonest we can go is round 2. How soon do you go wide receiver if wide receiver is a positional need in this draft in your eyes? Keyshawn, shut up. Don't remind me of that. He talking about
Yeah,
remember when the
we know
Bills
he fucked up. He got both of our guys.
we know
How the hell you get both of me and Kev guys in the same draft?
Well, my guy got cut. He ended up going to the damn Eagles, I think. But so we got a couple people here saying by the end of day 2. Kiki said round 3. D Coleman said pretty much the end of round 2. What you thinking, Mike? Just a quick answer. What you think? Well, how soon do you go wide receiver in the draft? What would you do?
Ooh. So if Kyle Pitts is not with this team, you go around 2.
Uh,
And possibly trade up. I will possibly trade up. You're gonna need another one with Drake. I think you need a speedster with Drake. You need another playmaker with Drake.
Oh shit! Kyle Pitts is a second team All Pro. So yeah, he's pretty much good as gone. He's pretty much good as gone.
Yeah. Like,
he's second team All Pro.
Unless the Falcons tag him and get him a tag and let everybody negotiate a deal with him. Yeah, a sign and trade deal like that, I would say so. But like I said, if they don't tag Kyle Pitts and if they don't tag him, yeah, Drake up, Kyle up out of here.
Yeah, he is second. He an NFL second team All Pro. Yeah, they not re-signing him. I don't expect them to. I don't even expect them to tag him.
Like I said, it just depends. It really just depends on where they want to go. But the thing about this is that you have Drake and you have Bijan,
right?
And you can give a good deal to Tyler Algier in order to get him back. So, like I said, I'm not worried. Like the Falcons, Tyler wants to be here. He know he gonna touch the ball in Atlanta, especially being a running back in this system, especially with a guy like Matt Ryan at the helm. Like Matt Ryan is licking his chops with a guy like Tyler Algier because he had a Tyler Algier.
So my question to you is: Do they let Kyle walk and let Bijan kind of take up that mantle or whatever, and plus whatever tight end they might see to fill that gap?
I think you draft another tight end. I think you draft another tight end, to be honest. Like I would love for Kyle Pitts to be here, but like with the money, and this is why I want to send a fuck you in the mail, email, text them, e-call, whatever damn thing you can do to get in touch with Mr. Terry Fontenot and Raheem, because we ain't got no damn money. This is one of the main reasons why I want.
Well, it's crazy because I actually have a tight end in mind too. It's the cat from Cincinnati. I forget his name. He's kind of one of he's kind of one of those Kyle Pitts hybrid type of guys too. Hold on, let me see if I bring this name up. Just be on the safe side, cause I always forget his name. I just know he might not be loved down here in Atlanta because he look like a half breed. So they don't like
Oh
half
wow.
breeds down here in Atlanta. But yeah, Joe Royer, yeah,
Yeah.
dude from Cincinnati. Well, nah, he don't look like a half breed. He look white as hell. Never mind, that was the wrong one. Yeah, Joe Royer. I know people talk about Kenyon Sadiq, but I'm like, nah. And probably, like I said, Joe Royer and Michael Trigg. Those are the two guys that I'm looking at. That'd be very, very interesting options at tight end. And outside of the Georgia fans, they gonna say Oscar Delp. I'm like, what the fuck have you seen from that nigga this year?
Man, they ain't want to say the Oscar. Okay? Look, they ain't want to acknowledge that motherfucker. So I would just say no. If you're around in the 5th round or something like that, you take it. But like now,
nah.
they had poor Oscar out there blocking.
She said, "What about the tight end from the Ravens free agent? I think talking about Isaiah Likely. Nope, we ain't got no money for that. Nope,
hell no.
Nope. We gonna have to draft one. We got to draft one.
They the ones on our team. Right?
We gonna have to draft one because if Kyle Pitts is gone, guess what? Your tight end one is gonna be."
No, I don't know. Lawson. I think Lawson.
Your tight end one is gonna be Felipe Franks, nigga.
Hallelujah.
Cause I don't know if Charlie Warner's a free agent this year or not, so I have no idea.
Yeah, I think Lawson is like I think he's a junior, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Isaiah Likely, like I said, if you could convince him to play on a minimum contract or probably like a 1-year contract or something, so where he can get paid more afterwards, that's gonna take a lot of convincing. But like I said, at this standing point right now, with the money that we possibly may or may not have, you better off just draft tight end in this upcoming draft as well. And the way that they've drafted the last couple years, they actually can afford to go majority offense in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
Majority skill position at that.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, just in the last 2 drafts alone, you ended up with Dorless, Ruka Zach Harrison. You ended up with Xavier Watts, Jalen Walker, James Pierce Jr., Billy Bowman. Nigga, that's damn near 7 starters right there all alone.
Yeah, I mean, you can find receivers. That's why I say you don't necessarily. I mean, you look at Puka Nacua, he was drafted in the 5th round. So, like, you can find receivers that fit a system, but you gotta have a system in order to, to draft properly. You don't have it. I mean, look at guys like Muhammad Sanu, one of those guys. To be honest, I think Roddy was like a late. I think he was a late 1st round, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was a 27th pick. So Roddy White was like almost a 2nd rounder. So you can get good wide receivers. And George Pickens was another one of those guys.
I mean, this year's draft, you actually have good value at wide receivers in the mid rounds anyway, because it's gonna be so. Like you said, it's just based on how it's gonna play out. Fred here with the $2 said, Matt knows how important Pitts is. Yeah, he knows how important Pitts is, but how expensive is Pitts gonna be? Yeah, that's the biggest question.
That's it.
Exactly. Because the thing about it is, you're going to lose a potential 3 to 4 starters this year in free agency. Well, I ain't gonna say start 3 to 4 important pieces to your defense this year. and how expensive and how much are you willing to resign them is going to either hold you back. It could possibly hold you back. And the thing about what the great teams do and what the good teams do, they don't build through free agency. They build through the draft.
Mm-hmm.
I think people talk about Jake Matthews and stuff like that. Yeah, you still got to find out if what's the cat they drafted last year from
Jack
Wisconsin?
Nelson.
Jack Nelson. Is Jack Nelson going to be is he a potential project guy to replace Jake Matthews? Or do you take a chance in the draft to find his replacement?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, everything is just going to be dependent on who the coach and the GM is going to be. But the one thing is, like you said, the one thing in this draft, you have, like you said, since you've pretty much in the last 2 to 3 drafts, you've potentially drafted at least 8. Well, on both sides of the ball, you drafted at least 10 starters.
Yeah.
Out of your start 22, so that's kind of that's a good thing. So you're not going to be dependent too much on the draft.
I mean, it's everybody keeps saying that these, like, you can't say guys are trash if you got a trash as offensive coordinator and a trash head coach.
Mm-hmm.
You got to give these guys opportunity to fit in a scheme. They were
Right.
like Jack Nelson was a damn good offensive lineman in college. So if we find the right system, man, we can know what these guys are. But we don't know what they are if they never got an opportunity to play.
Well, think about it like this. Motherfucker was talking about how trash goddamn Caleb McGarry was until he got hurt this year. Now all of a sudden everybody talking about, oh my God, it's all over. The right tackle's position is over. And came to find out Caleb McGarry is one of the better pass pro right tackles in the league.
Yeah.
So
you gotta
actually give.
Got hurt because the right tackle and Eric Wilkinson, you know,
Elijah Wilkinson.
Elijah.
Thing about offensive linemen, you ain't got to spend high draft picks on them. But like I said, look, you have a guy like a Dwayne Ledford. All they need is the opportunity. Cedric Murphy said JPJ is cool, but we need that pick. No, you don't.
Hold on, what?
No, he said James Pierce Jr. is cool, but we needed that pick. No, you don't. And let me tell you why. Hold on. I'm gonna explain it to him this way. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. That James Pierce Jr. pick, that James Pierce Jr. trade benefit the Falcons in 3 different ways. Mike, you know what those 3 different ways it benefited from?
Brain off right now. You please explain it. My brain is off.
Okay. So the first reason, you ended up with another pass rusher. Actually, for those that don't remember, James Pierce Jr. was actually one of the top 3 edge rushers in this past draft.
Yeah.
Jalen Walker was the number 1. Yeah, Jalen Walker was number 1. James Pierce was like number 2 or 3.
Yes.
So what you ended up doing was, in that trade that you got for James Pierce Jr. is the reason why Xavier Watts is on the team now.
Yes.
So you ended up with a 2-for-1. So you ended up getting 2 starters.
3 starters.
3 starters. But I'm just going off of that trade in itself. Just in that trade itself, you ended up with 2 starters for the price of 1.
Mm-hmm. You wouldn't have. There is no Xavier Watts
without that trade. Let me say that again for the people in the back. That James Pierce Jr. trade is the reason why Xavier Watts is on this team.
Yeah, he one of the better defensive backs this year on the Falcons team. So
Mm-hmm.
you don't have
The
that.
second reason why that trade benefited the Falcons was because that's an extra $6-7 million worth of draft cap. That's an extra $6 or $7 million you can save on the draft.
Mm-hmm.
That about $6-7 million you don't have to pay for a draft pick,
Mm-hmm.
especially with it being a top 15 pick. Because guess what? You still ain't got no damn money. And guess what? If you would have had that first round pick, the that's some money that's money that could be well spent on the free agents instead of your draft class. So while your draft class, if you would have had that first round pick, would have cost you about 10 to 12 million, your draft class for 2026 gonna cost you 4 million.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say that again for the people in the back. That without that first round draft pick in this upcoming draft, your draft class is gonna cost you anywhere between $4 to $7 million
Yeah.
instead of the 10 to 12 that would have cost. So there was a benefit to that as well.
So on top of that, you just look at now you have the opportunity to get an experienced defensive coordinator or head coach because now you got something to dangle in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have the opportunity to possibly get a John Harbaugh or an
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to even go get an offensive coordinator, whether it's Clint Kubiak, because Clint Kubiak doesn't have to worry about spending a whole bunch of draft picks on the offense because the defense he's able to kind of take his time getting the right wide receiver because you already got the pieces on the defense side of the ball. So he can be very patient with his draft and his free agency and bringing the right pieces in because you got Jalen Walker and you got JPJ and you got Ruka Rogaro. You got Zach Harrison who played his ass off, and you got Brandon Dorless who had a wonderful season this year. So like you have a lot. So like if you don't have those defensive pieces on that side of the ball, you don't have an opportunity to get the Clint Kubiaks of the world. One
Mm-hmm.
offensive coordinators don't want to worry about is the defense. I know that sounds
Exactly.
crazy, but they don't want to think about the defense. They don't want to have to spend money on the defense. They want to work out.
Exactly.
They want to be patient on the offense and figure out who they need to be focused on offense. They don't want to have to think about the defense at all. The moment the offensive coordinator got to think about, I need my guy, the more things tend to go wrong when they got to think about, I got to get my guy right now or else. That's what
Mm-hmm.
happened with the Atlanta Falcons. We rushed into getting guys like Calvin Ridley because we
Excuse me.
didn't take
Sorry.
over the defense. We didn't
Sorry.
take care of the defense. That's it.
Right. And Maurice Martin said, hey, how do y'all feel about the center position? Do you think we need to draft another center? Hell yeah.
I mean, you like for one, Ryan Newsel is nobody's guy. He was just very solid. And they did a very good job of just getting him ready, which just is a testament to your offensive line coach and Dwayne Ledford. So you always get a guy for your system. So, I mean, he didn't really sign, but a 2-year deal, I believe it was.
Mm.
Maybe
Yeah,
one, but
because I think he's expendable this offseason too, because I think majority of that money was for this past season.
yes.
So yeah, if you're talking about drafting a center, hell yeah.
Yeah, he's not as good in the running game that most centers are. He doesn't get to that second level like most centers do. And plus, the pass protection for centers, they're more so help than they are left on the island by
Hmm.
themselves.
And I kind of got an idea of a guy. I just want. I just gotta look at some more. I just gotta look at some more game tape up. But I do have an idea for a guy at center, and we just gonna say that for later.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Uh. We got the Don. We got Don. Hungry ass in here. Um. Let's see what we got here. Hold on. All right, come on, hit the thing.
Sometimes I think people are retarded. I really think people are retarded. Quarterbacks are not responsible for points. Okay, let me say that again. Quarterbacks are not responsible for points. Let me say it again. Quarterbacks aren't responsible for points. Okay, what do I mean by that? I want people to tell me what I remember because people really think that quarterbacks are responsible for points on the board. Like, I don't understand how y'all don't get this. I can't believe that I'm even saying this type of stuff. Because you would think common sense would kick in at some point in time where we're talking about quarterbacks and teams putting points on the board. Like, what do I mean by quarterbacks aren't responsible for points on the board? Why would I say that? Please tell me right now. Okay? Because I've been hearing this stupidity for the longest. Okay, it's the craziest thing. Like, for example, like done right here, coaches are responsible for scheming the points. It's not the quarterback. It's called mixing the plays up. It's calling come up with different ways. Like one of my favorite ways to score points on the goal line is to do what, Kim? That fullback flat. Nobody pays attention to that fullback flat. That's been one of the
Nope.
most underrated aspects of goal line plays that I've seen. Nobody likes to do that. Kyle Shanahan does it damn near every play. Every time he gets he loves to use crew check in those types of spots. He loves that. So my thing is, when you talk about scoring points, the quarterback is not responsible for scoring points. The offensive coordinator is supposed to come up with different ways to score points. And when you don't come up with the different ways, that's what the creative part comes in. You got to be creative to kind of keep the defense off balance in order to score points. But the quarterback, his job is to not turn the ball over. Okay, so the quarterbacks are not responsible for scoring points. His job is to not screw it up and get the ball into the hands or get the ball into the area of the playmaker. But the offensive coordinator is supposed to devise a scheme where you keep the defense off balance. And if the defense understands exactly what you're trying to do, that's not the quarterback fault. That goes right back to putting the ball into the playmaker's hand.
Sounds like common sense to me.
I thought I can't even believe that I couldn't believe that I'm saying it because I've seen this. Well, Kirk Cousins put up more points than Michael Penix. I'm saying no, he didn't. Where y'all getting that from? The numbers. Like, my thing is, where are you even seeing this? The numbers have been right there for you. Those guys' numbers were dang near identical. Kurt maybe have had one more touchdown than he had. They had their identical interceptions, down the identical yards, down the identical touchdowns. But the problem is what you saw, the Atlanta Falcons, they scored more points because the defense had a lot of turnovers.
Mm-hmm. And then you also have to think about it too. When he came in, that was the easiest part of the schedule. That's right around when we played the bums of the schedule.
The bums of them. We ain't played some of the worst teams in the NFL.
hmm When Penix played in the season, he played in the toughest part of the schedule. I mean, tell me if I'm lying.
No, he yeah. The only way to score without a quarterback is rushing, kicking field goals. So unfortunately, the quarterback throws 6 points to all different players. So yes, he's responsible. See, we know Kenneth is a little off. Okay, Kenneth ain't got like, Kenneth deliberately not uses his brain. Like he don't even understand what he's saying. This is why we employ people to stop typing and actually think about what you're saying. Because the quarterback is supposed to do what? When he gets in that huddle, what is the quarterback waiting on, Kev?
Waiting on the play call.
That's it. So how can you say the quarterback is responsible for scoring the points? He's waiting on the play. He's not making up plays on the field by himself. Okay, this ain't volleyball. Okay, where you can talk to your teammate. You know what I'm saying? On the field. That's not how that works. So the offensive coordinator is always in the play caller, whether it's the head coach or the offensive coordinator. He's responsible for scoring points.
Yeah.
This is why if the offensive coordinator is supposed to come up with it, and the head coach, for example, if the offensive coordinator is not coming,
my dreams,
if the offensive coordinator is not coming up with a scheme, the head coach's job is to say, all right, this isn't working. So it's the offensive play caller and the head coach. They're supposed to devise a plan to score points, not the quarterback. The quarterback is only supposed to make suggestions.
Got to be able to put your quarterback in the best position to make plays for everybody else.
There's a reason why Kyle Shanahan likes to get his plays in with under 15 seconds on the clock. Okay.
Exactly, because it's a lot of control that comes behind it. Don said the Chargers need more guys in the trenches. Hell, all they damn guys was hurt.
They got a lot of guys hurt this year.
Yeah, both of their tackles pretty much was out for the year. Joe Alt and Rashad Slater, they were both pretty much missed a significant amount of games this year. So their tackles was pretty bad at that point. And like you said, when the playoffs come, ask the Kansas City Chiefs, you need both of them damn tackles.
Yeah, dude.
Mucho asked if Troy was to go, or what would you get for him? Troy is a free. He's a UFA this year, so they not, like you said, he's an unrestricted free agent. And based on how the fuck this organization was, well, I don't expect them to be re-signed for shit. So he's pretty much gone for nothing.
Man, Troy gonna become a Pro Bowler. Watch what I tell you.
Yeah, he'll probably end up in New England somewhere.
Yeah, I like I said.
Talk about anyone. Oh, I think you got a $10 super chat. Might say, does anybody remember LaRod Stevens Howland, running back from the Cardinals? Yeah, I think he had like a couple games where motherfuckers loved him, and then he disappeared off the face of the earth afterwards.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember. I think he had like a 3-4 game stretch where people were excited about him, and then they expected him to, do things the next year, and he just disappeared off the face of the earth. But the
Mm-hmm.
thing about it was when the thing about it is he was kind of like a third down backslash special teams guy anyway.
Yeah.
See, at least it wasn't like Peyton Hillis who disappeared off the face of the earth.
Now that son of a gun, he really fell off the face of the earth.
They put that mother on the cover of Madden, and he was supposed to be the next Mike Allstott the following
Yep.
year. That motherfucker disappeared. Like who? Where the hell did he go?
Yeah, they had posters all over the damn looking for his ass.
So I said I forgot what Troy even looked like.
Shit, we all did.
We all did. I can't even
Health.
exactly. Y'all remember that South Park? I think that motherfucker Troy Anderson had a rhinoplasty or something. I don't even know. I don't know if he looked the same. Mr. Garrison over here getting a whole face reconstruction, and he looking like damn Harrison Ford afterwards.
Oh my
Like,
god.
hey. Oh man. This is okay. Yeah, because we pretty much have been summing up the new direction of the of Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons anyway. So, like I said, we pretty much been staying on topic. Vincent asked, "Do you think DK will help open things up for the Steelers offense tonight?" Who they got? The Texans, right?
They got the
Texans.
Man, it's like as long as my thing is Aaron Rodgers, even when he's not Aaron Rodgers. So you can't, as long as you getting pressure on him, like if you're not getting pressure on Aaron Rodgers, like
man,
he gonna destroy you.
Look, all you gotta do is all you gotta do is prevent DK Metcalf from catching 3 balls in the first half, and he's gonna implode. So
yeah, he's a nightmare. He's a nightmare. So
he's gonna fucking implode.
He up here trying to fight damn fans and shit on the sideline. Yeah, he's a nightmare.
So I kind of expect Houston to win this matchup. I expect them to win it, but not by much. But I think defensively, I think Houston may edge out a key defensive stop or a key turnover for them to beat the Steelers tonight.
It depends on if they run the Steelers running the ball well. It's gonna be a long night for
right.
Texans.
Can I say something real quick?
Do you think?
And I can notice to hear somebody said something about quarterbacks are responsible for scoring. Let me look. I ain't got nothing but 3 minutes, and I'm gonna make 3 minutes count. Go ahead. When teams are looking for coaches, right? Or let's say for instance, offensive coordinators, what's the things do they look for in an offensive coordinator? Because anybody can be an offense coordinator if we being honest. Anybody can be an offense coordinator. But what makes a great offense? Let's say I ain't gonna say great. What makes the offense coordinator?
The red zone efficiency. The red zone efficiency.
Thank you. Red zone efficiency. How many points did their offense score per game? They look at these numbers exist for a reason, you guys. It ain't just because of the damn quarterback. They don't. Right. There's no stat. You will see no stat anywhere near Peyton Manning or Carson Palmer or Matt Ryan or Tom Brady that said points scored. That doesn't exist. Now they got touchdowns, interceptions. Of course, they got that stat, but it's a team effort to score. Guess what? Offensive guys can score points. Guess what? Not just the quarterback can score. Guess what? That's a fumble. An offensive lineman can pick it up and run it in for a touchdown. All right. So everybody on the team can actually score. Everybody on the offense can actually score in certain way. Defense, same thing. Defensive guys can score. Fumble recoveries, interceptions, safeties. Hey, just saying. And the special teams, of course, they score points too because they got to make the extra point, and then they also can score field goals.
So
So
there's more than one way to score points, and it's not just on a quarterback.
Little Jew putting his name in the hat. He said, "Shit, he's gonna be the OC for the Falcons next year."
I won't say anybody. I'm not saying anybody can be an OC, but I'm just saying like when teams are looking for offensive coordinator, like right now for us, we know our offense ain't been nothing for a while. So we're looking at guys who can offensive coordinators who can be consistent in the red zone, who could be consistent at points per game. That's what we're looking at. We're not looking at this quarterback can possibly throw 3 touchdowns a game.
Let me get this one after you done, kid, because I want to.
Oh Lord,
That's
oh
all.
Lord,
That's all. I'm done. I'll holler at y'all.
uh, oh
Yeah,
Lord.
so I like I said, this is why I say get out your feelings and actually think about what you just said. Right. So let me read this because I don't think he used his brain when he typed this. He said, then why does every team need a great quarterback? And yes, there are stats associated with the quarterback scoring points.
Go ahead.
Do I really have to say this? The
Go
quarterback
ahead.
job, that's why you have a running back. You know what the job of the running back is, Kim?
Runneth the damneth ball.
What is the job of the offensive lineman, Kevin?
Protect the quarterback.
Hmm.
Protect the wide receiver.
What is the job of the wide receivers and the tight ends?
Get open and be a target for the quarterback to throw the football to.
So we got all these other positions on it, and they have a job. But you're saying, why does every team need a great quarterback? Do you want to take a chance on that, or should I just say that, Kevin?
Why? Hold on. Why doesn't every quarter team needs a great quarterback? That's what he's asking.
Yes.
Because
It's not even that. It's really simple.
go ahead, Mike.
To
Do
not make mistakes. Your job as a quarterback is to not make mistakes. Okay? That's the job of the quarterback. Give your team opportunity to not make mistakes. That's the quarterback's job. Whether he throws the ball down the field 15 times and he completes, but his job as a quarterback is to make sure everybody else touch the ball and to not make mistakes. It's not to score points. That's the objective of the offense is to score points, but the objective of a quarterback is to not make mistakes, whether it's a run offense, because most quarterbacks, we got a lot of quarterbacks that have different skill sets. We got quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson. He would much rather run than to throw 50 times a game. Lamar Jackson has a career averages. I mean, right now he's been at the low end of throwing, and he's like at the bottom in passing attempts. So his job is to not make mistakes when he throws the ball, but for the most part, his job is to run the ball. So a quarterback's depending on his skill set, it changes from team to team. So when you talk about what a quarterback's job is, it changes from player to player. So again, it goes back to answering this question. Why does every team need a great quarterback? Not every team needs a great quarterback. This is why guys like Trent Dilfer actually won championships. Kev, you want to tell him what Trent Dilfer was good at?
yeah, I don't even know what Trent Dilfer was good at.
That's the point, Kevin. That's the damn point. You don't need a quarterback to be great.
Hell, Jalen Hurts is the perfect example right now.
Jalen Hurts only threw the ball for 2,900 yards in a Super Bowl year. You don't need your quarterback to be great. You need your quarterback not to make mistakes and to make plays when it's necessary, not lose the damn game. Okay? So I don't know what this fantasy world that y'all living in. I do know where the fantasy world came from. It came from ESPN. Y'all need to stop listening to ESPN. Stop listening to all these college number guys and fantasy number guys. They telling y'all this, but that's not the job of a quarterback. The job of a
Man,
quarterback is not to score points and it's not to be great. His job,
man, Trent Dilfer wasn't even a game man. Trent Dilfer was just there.
motherfucker, Tom Brady won a game when he passed the ball 10 times in the damn game, okay? So it's not their job to score points. It's to manage the game. The quarterback's job has always been to manage the game. Always. Go look at the attempts of Lamar Jackson, and you will be pleasantly surprised how many attempts he's literally near the bottom of the league in attempts and passing attempts.
Average every year, Lamar Jackson is bottom 3 in the league in pass attempts through a season. He's usually at the bottom 3 to 5 in pass attempts on average.
So it's to manage the offense. The quarterback job has always been about managing the offense and not making mistakes.
So when you hear,
wait, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm about to say, so when you hear the term game manager, the game manager, see, people look at the term game manager as somebody that sucks. Game manager does not mean you suck. Game manager means don't fuck it up, which means they're not. Every quarterback in the NFL has some type of game manager in them. It's the elites that got that extra level to them.
That's it. And that comes that's a generational thing. Those are the things that you can't teach. You can't develop those. You can't teach the Joe Montana cool, you know what I'm saying, in clutch situation. You can't teach the Michael Jordan clutch gene. You can't teach the Kobe Bryant clutch gene. You can't teach the ability of LeBron James and the Magic Johnson, passing ability. You can't teach a Steph Curry shooting it for half court with ease. You can't teach a Matt Ryan in clutch situation gene. You can't teach those types of things. That's what you look for, great players. But you hope for a quarterback that can just manage the game in other ways. That's why guys like Kyle Shanahan would rather draft guys like Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy was the last draft he was the last person in the draft. Patrick Mahomes. You can't teach what Patrick Mahomes did. Dude he be literally diving on the field like he's damn Superman sideways, and he throw the ball 50 yards down the field. You can't teach that shit.
Right.
You can't teach that. So this is why I ask you guys to really think about the things y'all type and you say before you really say it. It's not a reason. Often, look, organizations don't try to look for great players. Let me say this again. They don't try to look for great players. They look for players that are great for their system and what they want to do. Let me say it again. They look for great players that are good at what they want to do. For example, Lamar Jackson, Baltimore, they knew that they wanted to be a running team. And they drafted Lamar Jackson in hopes of developing him to become a better passer, but they wanted to utilize his athleticism and his legs. Okay? That's why they drafted Lamar Jackson. It wasn't because he was a great quarterback. It was because he was a great athlete in what they wanted to do. That's why a lot of guys are being taken in certain drafts, and you be saying, why the hell the Falcons draft Kyle Pitts? Well, they drafted Kyle Pitts because Kyle Pitts was supposed to be an asset for Matt Ryan. What the hell is that, Kel?
Oh no, I'm sitting here. I'm on Amazon. I'm looking at some shit.
How about to say?
I'm
No,
sitting here
y'all
looking
got
at some shit.
draft. You don't draft. You don't go into the draft looking for greatness. That's how you make more mistakes than anything. Okay, when you go in the draft, you look for guys. You look for guys. Gab, you got that shit stuck in my head now. But you look.
That
You
shit
look
said "Dit, dit, 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 dit."
because to be honest, nobody would like. What's a quarterback that you look at and say, "Damn, what the fuck they draft that guy for?"
Every quarterback from 2009 to 2016.
They wasn't great. They
damn,
wasn't great at anything.
damn,
You know? That's the point.
damn near every quarterback from 2009 to 2016.
They weren't great at anything being a quarterback. So you don't look for greatness. You look for good players that good at what you're trying to do. Okay? Hence the reason why they call it system quarterbacks. That's why you call it system. That's why they got different systems. Different systems mean that you got different different skill sets that you're looking at. For example, West Coast offense. You don't have to have a big arm to be in the West Coast offense because you're trained to use their athleticism and get the ball out of your hand quickly and process information quickly. So you in the West Coast system, you're looking for smart guys who can get the ball out and process information quickly. If you're looking for a spread offense, you're looking for guys with big arms like Dan Marino and Michael Penix because they can get the ball down the field. So it's different skill sets for different quarterbacks. Every quarterback, every team is not looking for the same type of quarterback in the same system. I hope this making sense to y'all. I really do hope y'all making sense.
It ain't making no sense to half of them.
They're not drafting guys because they're great. Nobody goes and y'all do that. ESPN has brainwashed y'all into thinking, man, this player is great. They brainwash y'all. That's not why guys are drafting guys. You're drafting guys that's going to fit your system and you think that they can be great in your system. You're not drafting guys for greatness.
There you go.
There's a major difference, people. Major difference in that. Oh, Lord, that man said Trey Lance. Trey Lance, I mean, look, who the hell thought Trey Lance was going to be great? Like, be real. I didn't. They didn't draft Trey Lance because they thought he was going to be great. They thought he would with his athleticism. They thought he was going to be able to fit what they do. That's why they drafted him.
Exactly. But it's about 7:30 right now, Mike. Yeah, about to go ahead and get up on out of here.
I'm hungry, man. I need something.
Yeah. So like I said, man, we will have the STS tomorrow. Just got to figure something out what we're gonna speak on. So we'll have that set up STS tomorrow, probably around the same time. Might not have the heavy hitters this week, but like you said, it will be replaced by the exclusive World of Wrestling with your OG Truth. If his ass gets up around that time to do the damn show. But wait a minute, that might be on. Let me see. 13th, I think that's on the 15th. Never mind. But as far as tonight's game between the Steelers and the Texans, I got the Texans by 10. I expect a DK Metcalf crash out. So yeah, I got the Texans by 10. That's about it.
Like Texans. I just like to see the Texans lose. That's probably bad. I just love that they like it's a more dysfunctional organization than us. I just love to see them lose in incredible fashion. They got some good players. I like them, but I just like them. I love to see the Texans lose. It's almost like it's almost like watching a show that you know you're gonna see somebody do something dumb. like Jackass. This is like me watching Jackass. That's
Hey, Jackass was my shit, boy.
That's what I said.
Look. That's the only show you watch a bunch of niggas jump in a sewer full of shit.
Oh, it's coming
And
back.
no,
You ain't heard? They actually got a new movie about to come out.
shit, they had the movie that came out a couple years ago. I ain't watched that shit. They should have left that back in the early 2000s.
That is not hate. I just love the dysfunction. I love the dysfunction. It's like watching the Dallas Cowboys. Everybody love to see the Cowboys do some dumb shit. Don't try to act like I'm the only one. You go to hell, D-Code. Try to act like I'm the only one that like to see dysfunction. I love it. You love it too.
Everybody like to see the Cowboys fuck up. Don't say that you don't.
Mm-hmm. Everybody loves it.
But yeah, they should have kept Jackass back in the early 2000s. That shit ain't for 2025 because most of them motherfuckers is old. Most of them motherfuckers are old and sober.
Mm-hmm. Nah, they need to stay sober. There's some other young dummies to do that shit.
Well, what's that? It's a dude on Instagram I saw. I think his name is Kyler Vick. He does that shit now. There's a dude named Kyler Vick.
That is a hell of a name. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he does all them Jackass stuff. I just show it to you when we get offline because that motherfucker be. I'm like, bro.
Everybody loves it. Everybody loves dysfunction. I'm not the only one.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. So I gotta show Mike these Kyler Vick videos. We might do a review on them on this show. On this show, one of these shows. Just letting y'all know. So if you see the revival of Jackass 2024 with a nigga with long blonde hair, just know that's Kyler Vick. So until next time, people, we ain't here to play.
Oh no.
We here to stay.
Oh yeah, nigga.
You ain't gotta go home.
But you got to get the hell out of here. Oh yeah.
Bye, nigga. We out.
Bye.
Put your eyes back in your head.
I felt like
Pry their eyes open and force them to see the truth. We will skin the sheep and sacrifice the weak. The unholy alliance has arrived.